Hey guys, Zerkaa here and welcome back to Millwall Career Mode series, and we're going to start this episode going straight into our first game, and it is a Premier League game against Newcastle. And in the first 20 minutes of this game, Newcastle definitely kind of come all out at me. They come off the blocks really fast, and they was like, if anyone was going to score in the first 20 minutes, it was going to be Newcastle. We saw that Ben Arthur hit the post, and then again, not too long after, they did a similar kind of style of play. Ferguson brings down the ball here and hits it narrowly wide, and definitely should have finished that. Then I kind of came back into, after the 20th minute, I kind of came into the game a bit, started to hold my own. And we play Redmond down the line here. He puts in a cross, and Vidal gets up and hits it against the post there. And unfortunately, no one was there to hit the rebound in. We're over into the 30th minute, and Vidal again on over run crosses it in. No, he doesn't actually. He even skilled me up there. I thought he was going to cross it in, and he actually cut inside. So I cut inside there and had a shot that went out for a corner. Moving to the second half now. No action at all. We just couldn't. It was one of the games where it's one of the games where you needed a goal to break the deadlock. It was just, where's that goal going to come from, and when is it going to come? We then move into the 73rd minute, and this is the chance that I thought was actually going to break the deadlock, but unfortunately the Benzia was just slightly offside there. If you look at that replay there, ever so slightly offside, and if it wasn't offside there, that would easily should have been 1-0 to us. And had we scored that goal, maybe the game would have been different. We then move into the 80th minute here now. Vidal with the ball has a shot that is then blocked, and then it rebounds off him again. And kind of a weird, he went to the Benzia went to header it, and it hit his hand. If you watch the replay here, he's offside anyway. If you watch the actual replay, he goes to header the ball here. And just kind of hit, that looks on the replay, it looks more like his head actually, but it looked kind of it's really weird. It didn't hit his head properly. But anyway, in the 84th minute here, they put in a cross, and Newcastle hit the post there, and Kragner got his hand to it. I don't really know. And then from that, we then went on with a counter attack. Lecointe with the ball, power him through the defence, and luckily he just managed to tackle that defender there. Powers through, gets all the way through, and this looks certain to be 1-0, but he hits the post, and if he had scored that, that would have changed the game so much. And they went straight to the other end of the pitch, and what's it called? They had the ball here, and Obertang passes it across the goal over to Ferguson, who then scores that to make it 1-0 in the 90th minute. And that is crew mode for you. That is FIFA 13 for you. That is what everyone complains about, those 90-minute goals. And had I had scored that, they wouldn't have. I don't think they would have scored that 90-minute goal there. But what can you do? We've lost ourselves a possible 3 points there, and probably a deserved 3 points as well. But it wasn't the best of games, to be honest. We're going to look at the league table now, and we're sitting in 5th. And Newcastle are actually 2nd, so I guess we held our own against someone who's actually performing very well this season so far. And you can't really complain being 5th. As long as we finish in the top 8, I'd say. Top 8 this season is I'm happy with, but obviously I'll be happy with the top 6. I think 6th is the place where you get in the Europa League. But anyway, we move into our next game here against West Brom. And if you paid attention to that table there, you'd have seen West Brom actually lying in 16th. And we start off really well against West Brom. We picked up a goal in the 7th minute, and Benzia picking up that goal. Now Benzia, I played him as a centre attacking mid due to many of your guys' recommendation, and before last season I was playing Demences opposed to Benzia because Demences is only 16-17 and he has a really high rating, so he has the potential to really have the potential to sell on for loads in the future, and he has obviously still growing because he's so young. But ever since I put Benzia here this season, he just seems to have been a whole different player, and you'll see here again, look, he managed to tackle that player there to get the ball, but then shoots it just narrowly wide. But he just seems he's turning into a third striker for us, and it works really well. It has a nice little triangle we got going on between Vidal, Piazon, and Benzia. I think Demences isn't attacking minded as Benzia is, and I don't think Demences has those abilities and traits yet like Benzia has. As you see, it was 2-1 down at half time. Piazon managed to equalise for us there in the 51st minute, and Piazon again, someone who we played as a left winger for ages. Now we moved him into a striker, and he's coming to his own, and he's like a whole new player. He's we signed a whole new player, and it's weird because Vidal is he's not going quiet, but he's just not being as prominent as he was before. So we now know we haven't got a one-man team. We've got a whole team here. Again, Benzia pestering their defence, getting in and attacking the goalkeeper and making it 3-2 after a nice tackle on the goalkeeper when the goalkeeper made a bad touch. So that made it 3-2 to us. You see here from the replay, and it managed to get there just in time before that defender got back to cover. Into the 60th minute, and Piazon picks up the ball here, turns, and he definitely should score that, but he hit with obviously he's left-footed, he hit with his right foot, and that went just narrowly wide. We have a corner here, and that's crossed in, and Ake gets his head up to make it 4-2. And Ake, of all people who has really bad heading stats, seems to, I think it's his 3rd or 4th header that he's scored from corners so far in this whole series, which is interesting. We're now into the 75th minute now, And Piazon with the ball again. There's a nice little 1-2 with Vidal. Vidal plays a lob ball over the top, and Piazon takes that on his stride. Keeps the ball in the air actually. He touches it in the air and then volleys it into the top right hand corner to make that 5-2. This was just turned into a bit of an embarrassing result for West Brom, to be honest. And I'm just happy that my team's starting to score goals, because it's the complete opposite of what the last game was. We were struggling to score in that game, where in this game it was like goals galore, and there were so many chances that I had that I probably wasted that I could have made this game a 10 or more goal game. Made it 6-2 here in the 89th minute. Piazon with a nice finesse shot into the top left hand corner after breaking through on the right hand side. Watch the replay again from here. A proper nice finish actually, to be fair. Top corner, and yeah, couldn't save that. And that game ended 6-2. Piazon picking up his hat trick. Benzia getting 2 and Ake getting 1. Benzia was close to getting a hat trick, even though he's playing at centre attacking mid. And it's kind of interesting to have 6 goals scored in a game for us, and Vidal not to be on the score sheet whatsoever. So it's kind of interesting there, because Vidal has been such a prominent goal scorer for us, and now he's just not been. Well, it hasn't been as prominent so far this season. You see here, we scored 14 goals and conceded 8. Like we scored the second most goals in the league, other than Liverpool, and we're still sitting in 4th. We're doing really well for ourselves, really holding our own so far this season, and we are now going to move on into our 3rd game of the episode against Norwich in the Capital One Cup. I think Norwich were actually placed 7th in the league prior to this game, so they're not exactly doing bad, and they're doing pretty well for themselves so far this season. So it's going to be a tough game, and it started off really, really badly. Rodriguez picking up a goal there in the 2nd minute. Pretty much they just took the centre, went down the right hand side, and then they break through and crossed it, and they had scored. And it almost made me panic a bit, but I knew if I could carry on the form of the last game into this game, then I should have a good enough chance. And straight away in the 6th minute, I tried to get a goal back as soon as possible. So I went attacking and tried to get that goal. See here, break down the right hand side with Piazon. Piazon puts in a cross, and Benzia gets forward and gets his head on that to make it 1-1. And that's the one good trait that I do like about Benzia. Is I don't know if his heading stats are even that good, but he does seem to win a lot of headers. Both when like goal kicks taken, both when a cross is put in. He does seem to win a lot of headers. So I don't know if I have to check his heading stats sometime soon, but he does seem to win a lot of headers for me. So that's a good stat that he's got there. We're going to move to the 15th minute now, and Vidal gets put through. And if any other time Vidal would scored that, he hits the post, and that could have been 2-1. That could have been us 2-1 up and sailing away there. Ake gets the ball. The ball drops to Ake there, and he has a shot, but that is then saved as well. Pretty poor shot, to be honest, down the middle. Should have gone down to the corner or down lower as well. Benzia then has the ball here, toying around a bit, and has a shot that is blocked, and it falls to Vidal, and Vidal puts a nice finessed shot into the top right hand corner there to make it 2-1 and put us in lead just before half time actually comes around. And again, we look at the replay here. I see Benzia has a shot, and it's blocked, and then falls to Vidal, who shoots, and that is simple for him. We now move into the 2nd half, and Rodriguez gets put through, plays a cross over to Snodgrass, who basically does a shot that is like a 1-2. He pretty much passes it back to Rodriguez. And now again from the counter attack of that, Piazon gets put through. Has a run, he's getting a shirt pulled, but takes it all the way and finishes that into the top left-hand corner even, and scores that to make it 3-1. And that was pretty much Norwich down and out at that point. I couldn't really see them coming back after I scored that 3rd goal. But obviously, you can't get too complacent, so I carried on going and tried to push for that 4th goal. Piazon with the ball here, plays a nice ball over to Bittencourt, and Bittencourt shoots there to make it 4-1. And 59 minutes in, 4-1, and that was definitely Norwich down and out. I could not see them coming back from that, but again, can't be too complacent, but I really couldn't see that happening. Nice little play there, nice little 1-2 pass, and all that. I think Bittencourt actually started that move as well, so it was good to see Bittencourt actually score that. Then go for our bicycle kick corner here, and Piazon goes for the header instead, and that goes narrowly over. I probably should have done better with that, to be honest. Again, Norwich going for the attack again, trying to push for some goals, and luckily they seem to break through, and Cragno just dives through the air and just completely misses the ball, and it falls to Bennett, who puts it in to make it 4-2. I'll show you the replay of this. It's really dodgy actually. You see the ball come in here, and Cragno just goes like Superman on us. I don't know, he just like tries to think he's Superman, just dives through the air, nowhere near the ball. But anyway, that game ended 4-2 and put us through into the next round of the Cup. And we're going to look at the league table again, even though it's not been affected since that game. Just seeing that the fact that we're in 4th place, and I'm hoping that we can hold on to that, because if we can hold on to 4th, then obviously that is just crazy. It's a crazy improvement for us. But the objective of this season so far is just to see where we are in end of December, beginning of January, because then obviously that when we'll decide if I go out and buy it, what players I go and buy, who if I'm going to buy anyone even, if I'm going to loan some players, if I'm going to sell some players, and I can also then decide how we're going to take the season. Do I go and get some more money from the board to try and push up higher? So it's just touch and go until we get to December to see how far and where we actually placed, see how far we are and how we are placed, and that will then decide the rest of this season. But thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like if you can. If you have any feedback to give, then please leave a comment as always, and I shall see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.